Alright, sorry about the delays, guys. We've got Smiga here in the yellow trucks as Persia up against NAitSirc, who's playing as the purple Roman player today. Thank you all for tuning in. Sorry we're a little bit late. Not sure what NAitSirc's going for here. At the moment he's getting a bit of wood. Oh, he's going to set up for the stone. So NAitSirc's probably going to go for quick town centre opening. Smiga looks to be doing the same. He's obviously got that second storehouse on the wood line there. So NAitSirc making some improvements to his game, managing his economy a bit better than he was. Smiga returning from a bit of a break, getting hunting dogs now. Pretty good technology. If you're confident you're going to be safe on the hunt, you might as well take the tech. It can get a bit expensive if you do take it, but then your opponent rushes you with the spearman. But it looks like that's not going to be happening this game. NAitSirc going for that early stone. Smiga probably will too. So I'm interested to see what Smiga actually opens with military-wise here. Probably somewhat defensively, getting bowmen and spearmen. Because NAitSirc will just be able to get Decurions and use legionaries or spearmen as a good front line for that. Because Persia don't have access to the Age 2 counter infantry units. There's no sort of like long swordsman unit. They do get access to immortals in Age 3, so that'll be good for his composition into most of the Roman front line. Because bearing in mind, like Roman, great infantry front line. Age 2 Decurions are really scary, but come Age 3, Roman are actually a little bit light on for cavalry. Ekes are a really versatile unit, but they're not a particularly heavy unit, so you can't really use them as a good generalist tank cavalry. They're great at countering ranged. They're pretty good at fighting against cavalry. Like, they'll counter cavalry that don't counter cavalry, if that makes any sense. But against cavalry that are designed to fight cavalry, Ekes are one of the weaker units out there, which is sort of intentional. Turanga are a bit the same. Camels, I think, are probably the strongest out of the three. I'd have to double check that though. NAitSirc setting up for his second town centre. Smiga will be not very far off his. His age up's already finished. This is a good spot. Secures the gold and food. So ideally, you want to be able to control 2 gold mines and 2 to 3 hunts this early on, just to really give yourself a good setup for late game. Because NAitSirc's doing pretty much the same thing. There's a hunt over here and gold. So far we've only got hunting dogs there for NAitSirc, so we squeeze that in. Smiga's already taken handsaw, which I imagine NAitSirc's probably going to want to take soon, but bearing in mind, he's not going to be throwing up bowman units like Smiga will be. Smiga's actually going for stables first, so this is interesting because there's not really much that the Romans will be fielding early that'll be countered by the Asabara out of this. There'll be a good raiding investment. They might be able to tank a bit of damage if NAitSirc has Ekes or... I mean, sorry, not Ekes. If he has Legionaries or if he's got Decurions, and it looks like he's going to go Decurions. Asabara will be a very fast unit choice here. It's not really going to see many combos of early production from Romans other than, you know, either one of these two first and then the other. Auxiliary camps you can get for slingers, but you kind of need to use them reactively once, you know, Smiga's actually starting to produce the bowman. I wonder if we're going to see a Asabara raid here. I think Smiga's picked out this hunt here. Tikurion already in the mix here for NAitSirc. He's only got a shield on, doesn't have any other gear. Yeah, NAitSirc's units are pretty much naked. Smiga's got all the really nice vanity. And as you can see from the tooltip, it doesn't matter in PvP, it only benefits non-champion mode. If Smiga gets this, this will be big, because the Curion, very expensive. Asabara, a little bit cheaper, 160 versus 120 cost unit. Bearing in mind that's a 3 population versus 2 population units. So you're going to see some good production. Come on, Smiga, hurry up and start producing again. NAitSirc, going up to a second Castellum. Getting an armory as well. I think he probably would want to add a auxiliary camp soon. We'll just look at trying to take age 3 sort of as quickly and as safely as he can from here. Losing a villager, but 35 vills to 37. So NAitSirc's vill eco production is actually getting really, really good these days. He is being pushed off the hunt here. Gonna have to play a little reactively. He could actually engage here. This is a winnable fight. So he probably should just go for it. Doesn't even need to wait for the first. Oh, he's got a couple of spears here anyway. Like, he really probably could just kill the low health Asabara. Probably a bit late now. Doesn't want to get the Decurion split off. And he can try and actually... Nah, it's going to be too slow. The Asabara is quicker. Alright, Smiga building up a bit more of an army now. Starting to pull ahead on population. NAitSirc getting housed. So this will disrupt that good macro, good economy that he's had so far. Very early temper upgrade. This will be useful because I mean at this stage he's only got melee units. But again, he just needs to get that military production going. He's going to get some more spearmen. And he's getting scale mail. So NAitSirc's got plenty of upgrades here actually. He just needs to not take a bad fight. Smiga doesn't have a huge amount of bowmen yet. There's a lot of Asabara here to tank. But these spears are going to be very good against them. And he can transition to making echoes as soon as this age 3 hits. So make sure he gets another production building or 2. Get some more gold. He's really starving for gold. Oh, here we go. He's got plenty of gatherers over here. Could even look at taking some of his wood gatherers off because he doesn't really need a lot of wood at this stage. Just needs to defend this fight. Smiga's going to get a little bit of damage done. You know, even destroying houses can be really inconvenient, really gut your production. Taking out structures, he's really only taking returning fire from that town center, so gets those pretty much for free. NAitSirc hesitant to take fights here. Starting to fall further behind. He's going to have to try and race to get a lot of production up quickly. It's a bit of a double-edged sword. Put a lot of villages on, the buildings go up faster, but it also means your gathering takes a hit, putting you further behind economically. Sometimes you've just sort of got to ride it out. Use 1 or 2 villages just to throw up these extra buildings. Just that way it leaves you in the position where you can throw up even more and try and turn things around a little bit quicker. Probably wants to pull everything together here because it's a big force here for Smiga, who's basically just working towards an H2 max out to push, I think. Even getting armory. Going up to 3 ranges, which is really quick production in 2 stables. NAitSirc's just going to try and hold on. Ekka's production is going to start here. Start training out of these 2 buildings though, which would be really crucial. If you can get some bowmen and some Ekkas in here, maybe even a couple more spearmen, or just, yeah, a lot of Ekkas because there's a lot of Asabara there. There's also a lot of spears though. So Ekka's bowman is really what NAitSirc's going to need to clean this up, but I'm not sure if he's going to have the time or space to do it here because Smiga is just taking that engagement now. He's left these spears over here, which I don't think they'd have made the difference because there's that many bowmen, and NAitSirc probably wants to target fire the bowmen with the town center, and now even with the tower, just because they do a lot more damage to them than they will to the Asabara. They'll take out things quicker, and it sort of decides things your way a little bit quicker. But yeah, I think NAitSirc might be done for here. I don't know if he's going to be able to turn this run around because most of his economy is now on the run. Trying to tower up behind Smiga here, but it's not going to work. Smiga just starting to get some armory upgrades. GG. Smiga taking the game there. We might have Wade versus NAitSirc next, guys. Oh, I had the wrong name there. There we go. So we'll probably do NAitSirc versus Wade next.